a lot of dudes on podcasts who will talk about, women are hoes, stay away from these 304s. Look at what they do in real life. Look at the women who they can't get and who they complain about. If that woman opened up her legs and said, come and get it, most of the men who are self-righteous talking about stay away from them 304s would absolutely go.
Standing in line.
Absolutely. So that's what I'm saying. So we talk about it, but we're in terms of most men, how many men can truly say that they've been in a situation and they walked away from what they want because of their standards? How many men can say that?
Sweeney, listen, I hear you. But Sir Hale, Sweeney said we need to re-incentivize marriage as we once had. See, you missed that part, Sir Hale. And that's what I came back and asked him, how do we not how do we incentivize, how do we re-incentivize? And what Sweeney simply said was, you know what? The benefits of marriage as it stands is enough. We don't need to re-incentivize it because it's good as it is. We need to de-incentivize divorce because divorce is too easy. So I got it where you try to trip him up, but you can't trip up Sweeney on that one because you forgot to re-part.
Where I tried to trip him up. Okay. Okay.
That's what I said.
I think I gotta.
But Shannon came with the life preserver, didn't he?
I gotta count.
Yeah, Lee.
I'm glad he remember exactly what I
told
said.
you Shannon is cerebral, bro.
He came with the life preserver.
Look,
like, here you go, Sweeney.
I got a different angle from it, right?
He threw me the alley-oop, man, and he came in and slam dunked the shit out of that motherfucker.
I think this, yo. I think that marriage, hear me out, right? I think that marriage contracts should be like NBA contracts. They should be like what LeBron is signing, a 1-1. You know what I'm saying? So look, what that means is it's not just enough to incentivize or disincentivize, right? We need you to act a certain way and conduct a certain way while in this union, right? Now, if shit is going right while in the union, then the divorce thing will fix itself. You feel me? So say, for instance, in JR's decree, in his marriage decree, he said, you know what I'm saying? I need fellatio this many times per week. Do you agree or not? Right? And so you have an annual review coming up. You got a reminder. Tap on the shoulder, shorty. Look, you know your annual review is coming up. You know I got a player option. You know what I mean? I got a player option. So look, I need you to get in tune. This is what I require. Read this paperwork. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just saying, maybe we rethink it and make it like NBA contracts.
So what's the annual review?
So
what's the annual?
You get to decide.
What's it for?
Hold on real quick. No, what I mean by that question is, in the event that you say, all right, this ain't working for me, you ain't living up to your end of the bargain. Because the problem isn't that people can separate. We know that people can separate very easily. You can walk away from marriage very easily today. My question is what happens if you need to separate in that moment? So you say your annual review came up, you ain't performing up to need. I got a player option. I'm gonna need to get you up out of there.
Hey, that means that Mr. Sweeney got to put you on a PIP, shorty. You're on a performance improvement plan. You know what I'm saying? And you remind her of that shit. When she ain't meeting your standards, look, you know you're on this PIP.
She on the PIP. I told her, hey, look, I checked out Sean Antonio. I had you on the PIP. You still ain't performing. Sean's saying he needs to walk away. What are the terms of you walking away? Is it one of those situations where she gets nothing?
Exactly.
And you like, hey, look, you didn't perform well.
That's the negotiation. Look.
Wait, guys, fellas. Now y'all talking about HR stuff. So here's the thing about marriage. Like, and I honestly agree with this. Now, this is one I agree with. Like, I agree with, and this is coming from a Christian perspective. I conduct marriages. I think that it would be some good if there was like some renewal processes where, you know how like you get certified or a license every so often you got to go renew. I think that would be good. But if something happens in a marriage and we're talking about, she's being evaluated, well, any company that puts their employee on a PIP, it is up to the employer to make sure that improvement program, they put stuff in place to help her improve. So men, if we're going to do that, the question comes back to you as a husband. What standards do you have in place and what help do you provide to help her to get back on track?
Also, I will say this though.
You gotta have structure. You gotta have training and all that kind of stuff.
I will add this though. The problem with what we're saying And that, because I get what Sean and B-Man are saying. The problem with that is that all we're doing is promoting more of the same, which is divorce. The only thing is that we swung the pendulum into a man's favor. But that still means that at the end of the day, men just gonna start getting divorced more because they're gonna be like, hey, look, you ain't doing your job, chick. So I'm about to let you go. And you know what I mean? Because that's all that's really doing is you just incentivizing men to divorce now at this point.
You know,
what
Sweeney,
it is
Sweeney,
all you guys are talking about is this is just a read. You guys are just redefining no fault divorce.
Basically,
right now,
exactly.
one of the biggest problems is no fault divorce. California, right where I'm at, no fault divorce. You wake up one day and say I'm out, and you be like, "What the fuck? We just had sex last night and everything. We just came back from vacation last week. Everything good." Yeah, I know, but I just, I don't like you no more. What? And that happens, by the way. And it's like, wait. What do you mean you don't like me? What? The fuck are you talking about? We just went to Disneyland Saturday. Yeah, I know, but I don't want to be here.
Yeah, you're on a pimp list.
It's nothing you can do about it. It's nothing. You can't stop it. There's nothing you can do about it. And so what you guys are ultimately discussing is just eliminating no fault divorce.
Well, no, it's also, bro, this is a huge problem because like nobody's understanding women right now. Like this is really weird to me that we're all discussing this type of stuff because you're talking about negotiating desire with your woman, like negotiating, like getting.
I'm like, there's another person on the side of all of this.
That's because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to sit here and think that like negotiating desire. The thing is, we don't even understand women today, and like marriage just isn't good. Honestly, like we live in a post-marriage society right now. Marriage isn't a good bet for most people. It's actually better in the guy's favor to just sit there and not get. You can have kids without getting married. There's some women that will have your kids without even getting married to you. So there's like you don't even have to do it for kids anymore. When you look at all the benefits of marriage, it all goes to women. You give them the full leverage whenever you get married to them. Like if she's a girl that's prettier than you or something like that, she's gonna completely destroy your life. I think that everybody's
I hope she's
living
prettier
in a
than
clown.
you, Purple Pill. I hope she's prettier than you.
But no, I just think everybody's living in a clown world though, just sitting here thinking that like, oh, she's never gonna divorce me. No, it's in their nature to leave at a certain point. There's this thing called the war bride hypothesis. Women get over men faster because they had to. They had an evolutionary nature for them to get over because for thousands of years, and like we've never had like in all of nature for 300,000 years, there hasn't been a long period of time where people just got together and stayed together for the rest of their life. No, because like for thousands of years, people would get together. The husband would be killing like animals or going to war and he dies or he gets a disease or something happens. And then she has to go to another man. It's always been interchangeably monogamy or interchangeable monogamy is what they call it. And that's how it's always been. We've never been just, we get married at 30 and stay together for the rest of our lives. Like that's that's like a pipe dream that religion and the control structures always pushed on us to try to control us and make us better. Don't get me wrong, capitalism, our society, everything that we've built wouldn't be as good as it is today if it wasn't for religion and pushing marriages and pushing people together and stuff. But at the end of the day, you got to look at the structure behind it, which is evolutionary, which is just psychology. And when you really see it for what it is, you stop trying to force these women to be in marriages all the time.